So glad you are with us on the Texas Wealth Report. Brad Johansson, Kobe Culpepper, Impact Partners Financial. Summer's taking a little break, and we're working on the man who works with the people. Kobe, nice to have you with us, bud.
It's good to be here, Brad.
I want people to know, because sometimes you join in, and we're grateful for a lot of you that you've made this appointment TV, and this is something that you do all the time. You may not have seen Kobe before, although they probably have seen you in the office. If they're walking in the office, they're seeing you, man.
Oh, they're seeing me. Yes, sir.
You're doing what with clients now?
So mainly I'm handling the day-to-day with clients, right? I'm meeting with them, I'm helping them design plans, and, really based off of what their goals are.
Yeah.
Right.
Texas Wealth Report is where we go. I'm going to put that number up for you just in case you want to make sure that you have an option to give us a call, because you said, oh, yeah. I want to make sure when I see this the next time I'm going to be able to do that. 866-254-8026. You can scan the QR code for an appointment as well. We're putting together a Texas Wealth Report. Well, why would I need that, man? I've been in the market for a while, and the market's running. Things are good. I'm not really worried about a whole lot, except risking losing it all. Look, I want to talk about risk and where we are right now. You're dealing with all the time, Kobe, on clients who are trying to figure out how to make this money last. See, I'm going to the RSK. The risk is what it is. Today, we're tackling that. Most people think it's about how aggressive do I feel? And look, I think for a lot of us in the financial industry, we've probably done ourselves a disservice to say, are you aggressive? Are you moderately aggressive? Are you moderate? Are you conservative or conservatively aggressive? What does it mean? Because if you feel that way, it's right, isn't it, Kobe?
Exactly. And, most people think risk is about how aggressive they are. And that may be true in some stages, right, of your retirement planning. But once you get to retirement or you're near retirement, risk is structural.
Hold it, explain that. Because I always say that risk is a feeling. And I know that you have software that kind of does feelings test, doesn't it?
Absolutely. But what I mean by that is, when you're 35, 45, volatility is temporary, right? The market's going up and down, and that's okay.
And because when it goes down, I can buy at a bargain because I've got time.
Exactly. Gives you an opportunity to get some more money in that market, right? And in the long run, I mean, if you look at the history of the market, it steadily goes up.
Yeah. Well, here's how we know. It's higher today than it was 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
10 years ago, it's higher than it was 10 years before that.
Correct. So if you're in that accumulation phase, you're 35, 45, you can't even touch that money until you're 59 and a half.
Yeah.
Right? So it's good.
Hold on, let me get to that. You say that and people go, what do you mean I can't touch that money until I'm 59 and a half? Give me why 59 and a half is a magic number for us.
So 59 and a half is the magic number in the financial industry, right? What happens, you've been putting away into your 401ks, 403bs, TSAs, TSPs, IRAs, whatever qualified accounts that are tied to retirement.
Usually in the 400s, yeah.
When you turn 59 and a half, you can officially access that money without paying the 10% penalty.
Okay, so that's the magic number. We go back to structuring risk.
Yeah, so structuring risk. So when you're younger, that's okay. But when you're getting older and you're near retirement, it's not about how much risk you can personally survive. It's about how much risk your plan can survive.
Okay. You've heard the term risk tolerance. I'm tolerant. I like risk. And if you're a risky person, you're probably married to somebody who's risk averse, just because opposites attract. So we have couples trying to figure this out. Here's the question, kind of what Kobe's talking about a little bit, is moving from risk tolerance to understanding risk capacity. When you say, how much risk can your plan tolerate? How do you help us figure that out?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple process, right? And the first step starts with the income planning, right? If the market has a downturn, let's say the market drops by 20%.
Which it does probably every 4 years or sometime within that segment.
Exactly. So let's say the market drops and your income drops, right? That means that your risk isn't aligned with your retirement plan. So we need to make sure that we're taking the appropriate amount of risk to where it doesn't affect our income in retirement, because that's the biggest thing once you get to that stage of life.
Okay, for many advisors, and we talk about this all the time, that advisors are, for the most part, accumulation advisors. We help you grow your money. That's what you've wanted to do for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Maybe for a lot of you, even beyond that. I got to grow, I got to grow, I got to grow till I get to a number. As you say, from 35 to 45 to 55 to 65, we start changing not only how we feel about our tolerance, but about the capacity. And I will talk runway a lot. 35, you've got a long runway to try and figure this out, how to get the plane off the ground, how to land the whole thing. Our runway starts to get shorter as we approach this age. Why should that change the way our risk is adjusted in that plan?
Yeah, well, you said it, the runway is getting shorter. You're going to need access to that. So you have to give your jobs money. Risk should still be a part of your overall retirement
You're
plan.
not saying once we get ready for retirement, we're getting out of the market.
Oh, no. Right? So risk should be a part of your long-term retirement plans, right? Your growth capital, your money that's designated to grow, that should be more long-term monies, right? Now, the money that you're going to need access to in the next, 3, 5, even 10 years, that needs to be more, there needs to be more stability with that money. We want to be able to rely on that money to come in, week out, right? We want the paycheck to be in the mail whenever we expect it.
Absolutely. We want mailbox money.
Absolutely.
We want reliable income. If we're growing and we're starting to move money into different segments, is this puzzle piece put together for you guys the same for everybody, or how does it adjust? I see you shaking your head already. How do we adjust personally to the way this puzzle is going to fit together for reliable income?
I mean, that's about building a personalized retirement plan for you and your family, right? And in order to do that, your advisor or whoever you're working with has to have a really clear idea of what your goals are. Your goals should dictate your retirement plan. I always say that I can sit down, I can put the best plan together possible. In my mind, it's the best plan ever. But if it's not addressing your individualized goals, it's not a good plan.
Okay. This goes back to a 4-letter word for a lot of us: budget. We don't like the budget. But you're going to ask people to come in with, here's what I have for necessities, here's what it takes me to live. Do we have to create another lifestyle ledger as to what retirement looks like? Because let's be honest, none of us want to take a pay cut in retirement. But doing some of the dirty work on exactly what's needed, and you said lifestyle, what are your goals? Can you help people put these together to say, this is what I want my retirement to look like?
Absolutely, and that's what the first step of our process looks like, is sitting down and having that open and honest conversation. We want, and to your point, most people don't want to change their lifestyle.
Yes.
Right? So you have to have a plan designed for your specific lifestyle. Everybody's lifestyle is different.
What's yours like? Do you want your wealth report? Well, we can put it together. It is a complimentary Texas wealth report that will include, how do we deal with your income? What kind of risk are you willing to deal with? What kind of risk can your plan withstand? Do we deal with the market now and change that because the risk is now different? How do we deal with our asset preservation? I can't lose any of this money. How do we start working through the tax plan? Do I need to worry about that? Maybe your biggest roadblock as you head into retirement. Do I deal with my medical? How do I deal with long-term care that I'm not sure I'm going to need? How do I deal with a legacy plan? That's all included in the Texas Wealth Report. And for you to be able to get that access, simple phone call, 866-254-8026. You can scan the QR code. Let's put the whole thing together for you so that the puzzle makes sense and yours doesn't look like anybody else's, and it shouldn't. Let's do it for you right now. You make the effort. 866-254-8026. You ready for a plan? We'll be right back.
Is your retirement ready for future challenges? Join our urgent dinner workshop. Are you worried about your retirement plan's exposure to legislative risk? With the current political climate, your financial future might be at more risk than you think. You might be saying to yourself, "No, this won't affect me." But now's not the time for complacency. Political changes are on the horizon, and they could have a significant impact on your retirement plan. So don't wait till it's too late. Join us for this urgent retirement workshop, where I will reveal critical strategies to help guard your retirement from upcoming potential legislative changes. This is your chance to get ahead and shield your financial future. So click the link now, see if you qualify, and reserve your spot before it's gone. Seats are filling up fast. You don't want to miss this opportunity to take charge of your financial security. So go ahead, reserve your spot before it's gone. Your future is too important to ignore. Act now to prepare for what's coming. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Glad you're with us on the Texas Wealth Report. Brad Johansson, Kobe Culpepper, Impact Partners Financial. Summer's taking a little break, so we're helping her on through this, right, Kobe?
Looks like it.
Looks like. Hey, we want to help you through a Texas Wealth Report as well, and we'll put the number back on your screen for you. It's 866-254-8026. You can scan the QR code for an appointment as well. We're talking about trying to put a plan together. We moved through risk. For a lot of you, and when I say a lot, there's probably 1 out of 4 families right now who are trying to live off Social Security solely as their income plan. How's that working for you? It's not very well, meaning this was designed to be a part of the plan for your dream retirement. But Social Security isn't like it was before. It was never supposed to be taxed. It changed in '83. It was taxed up to 85% in '93, and we haven't changed much of the rules before then. And now we're expected to do this when we know, Kobe. No, we don't know. It's insolvent, really, essentially, right now, but officially is going to become insolvent by, 2033, 2032. 2034.
We're getting there.
We're getting to that point where unless the government does something about the Social Security system, we're going to have to change it. So there's fear for a lot of people. I got to take it now before it goes away, so as soon as I'm eligible at 62, I'm going to take it. What's wrong with not having a strategy and just saying, I'm going to take it when I can take it?
There are no do-overs.
Yeah.
You can't go back and change the way you filed. And that doesn't just have effects on your life. That could potentially have effects on your spouse's life as well, how much she's going to be able or he's going to be able to draw from retirement as well. And the main thing is that there's no preset answer for anybody. You can't go talk to your coworker or your brother-in-law and figure out when they
Oh, yes, they can, because they do.
They do.
And this is the idea, is that we're trying to take advice from somebody else on a plan that has nothing to do with them.
Exactly. It all depends on your personalized retirement plan. Look, I've met with families, and I've said, you're right, you need to take Social Security at 62, because that made sense for their plan.
Okay.
Right? And just last week, I met with a couple, and there was about a 10-year age gap between the two.
Okay.
And it made sense for the husband who was older to wait until 70. And it made sense for his wife that was younger to draw at 62.
Okay. I want to stop on that because I think this is a fairly common thing. We do this in silos a lot as well. The husband says, I'm going to take mine here. Whenever you decide you want to take yours, and we're married, but we're not marrying the Social Security plan. Why is it significant? And I think this is a perfect example with the couple that you talked about. Why best for him to wait till 70 and maximize it, and her to start now?
That's a great question. Because of the age gap, the likelihood that the husband was going to pass first is pretty high, right?
That's because the average widow age in America right now is 59 years old.
Exactly.
The women are going to be handling the money.
Exactly. So since the husband was older, it makes sense for him to maximize his benefits.
Okay.
Because when he passes, his wife will then be able to take over his benefits.
Okay.
So it's a matter of maximizing one and taking one early to maximize the overall Social Security
So the
strategy.
idea is you're trying to create an income with this, and as I said at the beginning, 1 out of 4 families are trying to rely on this. This is a portion of the income plan. And let's say in your case with the couple that you're talking about, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, she's making less to this point where her Social Security isn't going to jump as much from 62 to 65 to 67, where that can be part of the income plan, where his is going to jump. So at 65, it's 1. At maximum retirement age, for most, at 67, it's going to jump. But he gets another 8% at 68.
Absolutely.
Another 8% at 69. He gets another 8% and maximizes at 70. So by that time, if you have to adjust these two incomes, we've created not only an optimization, but a maximization of what we're doing.
Correct. After your full retirement age, which depends on the year you were born,
Right.
typically it's 67 these days.
Yep.
From 67 to 70, you get an automatic 8% increase each year. I don't know about you, but if somebody told me that they could guarantee me 8% a year,
I'm in.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah. I want to go to this point of what I said where this was never supposed to be taxed. Well, Reagan did it in 83, 50%. Clinton did it in 93, 85%. We haven't changed much of the numbers since then about the values. How does this figure into our tax concerns as we move forward on how we optimize our Social Security as well?
Absolutely. It's all interconnected, right? So really it goes back, and I feel like a broken clock, but it goes back to the plan, right? What is the plan going to dictate for you? If we're going to plan on doing some type of Roth conversions, we may want to delay Social Security, right? So we can get more tax-free money, earlier in life. But if we're not, maybe we look at taking it earlier. But the way that I look at it is, if it fits into your plan and it allows you to defer Social Security and get a higher amount, I would want, if they increase taxes, I would want them to be taking those taxes from a larger amount than a smaller amount.
Yeah.
Right?
The idea is putting together a plan that, I've said it many times, optimizes and maximizes what you can keep in your pocket and creates an income stream that is going to last. We know that most retirees' main fear is that you're going to run out of money before you die. It's a greater fear than dying. So why wouldn't you want a report that puts together everything that says, I'm going to make it, I'm going to last, and my money will be there until my last breath? Sign me up. 866-254-8026 to sign you up for a complimentary Texas Wealth Report. And for many of you, we've said this a lot. You've got another advisor. And yet you're sitting here saying, I wonder if she's doing the right thing by me. Why wouldn't you get a second opinion now to make sure that you're in the right spot? Get your complimentary Texas Wealth Report, 866-254-8026. Let's put one together for you, just for you. We'll be right back.
Planning for retirement isn't easy, especially when you're worried about whether your savings will last. Are you concerned about taxes, Social Security, and whether your investments will provide enough income? Without a comprehensive retirement plan, these worries can turn into costly mistakes. You could run out of money too soon. Your taxes could take a bigger bite than necessary. And without a proper Social Security plan, you might be leaving money on the table. I'm Summer Roberts, and at Impact Partners Financial, we specialize in creating customized retirement plans that give you peace of mind. We'll help you navigate Social Security. We'll help you optimize taxes and create an income strategy that lasts through your retirement years. Imagine retiring without worrying about your income. Picture yourself making tax-smart decisions and fully optimizing your Social Security benefits. What if you had a plan that evolves as life changes? Don't let uncertainty control your future. Schedule your free 15-minute consultation today. Let's work together to create the retirement plan that you deserve.
So glad you're with us on the Texas Wealth Report. Brad Johansson, Kobe Culpepper, Impact Partners Financial. And we want you to have your Texas Wealth Report. So I'll put the number back on your screen. It's 866-254-8026. We're talking about risk. We moved into Social Security. How do we deal with all of that? Because we want guaranteed income and we want it to last. There are probably some numbers that your advisor hasn't worked into your plan that we probably need to be concerned about. My goodness, Kobe, it's 25% more expensive to live now than it was when COVID started. And the government's trying to tell us we're working on inflation numbers of around 2%. If we don't work an inflation number into a plan, do we have a problem?
Absolutely. And I think that, inflation was so dormant, if you will, for so long that, when COVID came 2020, it really was a big
wake-up call.
Wake-up call, exactly. But the thing is that inflation's not going to crash your retirement. What's going to happen is it's slowly going to erode it. So in your retirement plan, if you don't have a plan to account for rising cost, you don't have a plan.
So if we look at a 50-year average number, we're looking at 3.8%. A lot of people get to this scared point when we talk about risk, where we started at the beginning. And April of 2025 was one of those months where people go, okay, I'm done. He's talking about tariffs. I'm getting out of here. I'm putting my money under the mattress. You put your money under the mattress, you're now losing 4% on average just by having it sitting and doing nothing. You have to have you should not have lazy money. Is that fair to say?
I mean, I think you need enough money to cover your emergency expenses, but if you have large sums, I always like to say you're going broke slow, right? You're not going to lose it, but over time, that value of that money is slowly going to erode, right? There are definitely some alternative investments, if you will, out there that will let you participate in the market and maybe get higher returns than a CD or a high yield savings account, but with the same protections that are there for those types of accounts as well.
We're looking for kind of zero floor strategies, right?
Exactly.
And when I say that, I would like to participate a little bit. I would like some growth, but I can't lose this money.
Exactly.
Okay, then this leads us into probably one of our greatest fears as well is, what do I do when I get old and I need health care, I need long-term care? Look, the reality is that the newest numbers, 73% of us who hit 65 are going to need some sort of long-term care. Can we put things into a plan to plan for the what if of long-term care?
Absolutely. And traditional long-term care insurance is nice if you have a good policy. But one of the biggest fears I see from my clients is that they're going to pay into this policy for years, right? And it's expensive. And if they never actually need the long-term care policy, it just goes away, right? I have a client that I met about 5 years ago. She was a widow. Her and her husband both had long-term care policies. They paid into those policies for 30 years. He died before the wait period was over with that long-term care policy, and they lost the entire value of it. Nothing. So we don't want that to happen to our clients. So there are some hybrid products that we can pair with your investment plan that would allow you to access that money while you're living, would allow you to use some funds for long-term care, and if you never end up using it, it goes to your beneficiaries as a death benefit.
It's always your money.
It's always your money, correct.
And I think for a lot of people who are worried about, well, what if I get to that spot where I can't do some of the 2 out of 6 activities of daily living?
Yeah.
Are there products now that can help you with even double the amount of your safe money, maybe even triple the amount, if you have a what if happens to you?
Absolutely.
All right. In working towards that plan, the idea is how do I mitigate my risk? How do I start working with the volatility of my investments so that I can create an income that's going to last? The mailbox money that you've been wanting. And if I can't lose some of it, how do I make sure that I have protection on my assets and work towards dealing with the taxes that are going to be that big road bump, or the what if of the medical that I've got coming through? And how do I strategize on the Social Security plan to try and figure that out? And maybe leave something behind for legacy? That's your Full Texas Wealth Report. 866-254-8026 to be able to put the whole thing together so that yours looks like the one that you want it to look like. 866-254-8026. We're going to see you in the office, and I hope so. Thanks for joining us here. We'll see you next time on the Texas Wealth Report.